One Church, One School can be a vehicle that helps with what that school needs.
For me, it was so fulfilling to see these kids grow.
And One Church, One School wants to teach all of our children the value of life and the value of education.
I've been associated with One Church, One School as long as it's been in existence. I have been associated as a parent, as a volunteer, as just someone who's very concerned about our children. There are a couple of reasons I wanted Simone, my daughter, to be involved in One Church, One School. First of all, it's a village. It's a village that I could trust. It's a village that I knew would help raise her. And consequently, because I was very busy, I had a very active career. My husband had his active career, and so there are things that we just couldn't do with her. Simone has participated in One Church, One School in all kinds of ways. She started out here at Carter Temple at the church in the report card things that we used to do, in the Respect Academy that we had. She then went into the Freedom School events that we had, so that she was a scholar in Freedom School, she was a junior intern in Freedom School, she was an intern in Freedom School, and even this summer at 28 years old, she was a consultant for Freedom School.
Some of the characteristics I think of an effective volunteer, first of all, is caring. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to own a company. You don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's wonderful if you are a teacher. You're just a citizen and you care, and you let the kids know that you care. I've been a volunteer for One Church, One School 3 years. And the way I came about, I was so impressed with Dr. Fredonia Johnson at our church. She's the director. She has such a wonderful, pleasing, coercive, if you will, personality that she gets you involved.
As a principal, the first thing that I was taught through One Church, One School is that it was not just Carter Temple's responsibility to partner with my school. I went out and partnered with all of the pastors in that school neighborhood, and they began to do excellent things as well. So you don't have to have just one partner. I ended up with 5 partners, and each of them did different things to bring about great improvements in my school building.
What grade I was in when I started One Church, One School, I was in the 4th grade. One Church, One School is such a good program for people, or for kids, period, because they get to do experiments, they get to learn about new dances, they get to learn about famous people and how these people help do things for us and help show us what we can do to make a better world. And they could also be a good place because you get to learn about more things that you never knew, and you get to experience new things that you never knew what you could do.
I believe that I have been able to encourage other parents to have their children involved, to be able to tell them that having a community around your child, a community that's based on the kind of values that you want your children to exhibit and to learn, that will encourage them.
We need men in the program. We don't have enough men. When I come to the meetings, say for instance, we have 12 volunteers in a meeting. I guarantee you 10 will be women, and maybe 2 or just one person, or I'm only one man, maybe 2 of us. These kids need male images.
I'm in church on one Sunday a couple of months ago, and this young man came to the front door and asked the usher, "Do you know Mrs. Harmony? She's here today?" And she said, "Yes," and she brought him down to my seat. Here's a kid that went to my school. He was about 11 or 12 years old at the time. He whispered his name into my ear, and I said, "Oh," and he said, "You don't know what you did for me. You just You were just everything, and I think about you all the time. So that just brought tears to my eyes to know that one church, one school had an impact after many, many years on the life of a child.
One Church One School means to me is that when I grow up, I could always think back to what I did and how it could help me do things, because you always go somewhere where it talks about how you was younger and what you studied. I want to be a writer or a dancer or something, so I could always write about what I did when I was little, like One Church One School and Dreamers Keepers.
Hello, my friends. I'm Bishop Henry M. Williamson, Senior Founder of One Church One School. We want all churches in America and across the world to have a partnership with our schools, teaching our boys and girls the value of life and the value of learning. We thank God for what He has done the last 22 years with One Church, One School. But we need you to become involved, to teach the qualities of discipline, hard work, and working together, honesty, integrity going forward. We are very, very excited about what One Church, One School can do, teaching the value of life and the value of learning. Every faith leader and church and community, business organization and fraternity should partner with a school and teach the value of life and the value of learning. Helping one child, one teacher, one classroom going forward will make a difference. One church, one school, teaching the value of life and the value of learning. Please join this movement and make a difference in your community.